who should you turn to for care? So as I already said, most people in the United States, I believe the numbers are something like 50% of people in the United States get their care from general practitioners, followed by neurologists. And then there is a subspecialty of neurology called movement disorders. Movement disorders specialists are the experts in Parkinson's disease. If you are lucky enough to have a movement disorders specialist in your area, that is where I would encourage anybody to get their care. I think there's nothing bad to say about general neurologists and primary care docs. Everyone's doing the best they can. I sincerely believe that. But in general neurology, your life is complicated. Your morning patient has seizures. Your patient after that has multiple sclerosis. Then you have a patient with Parkinson's disease. Then you have a patient with a brain tumor. And it's really hard to stay abreast of all of the new data that's coming out. In the movement disorders community, the movement disorder specialists pretty much eat, sleep, and breathe Parkinsonian syndromes. I mean, our conferences are all about Parkinson's and dystonias and the movement disorders. And there are some things that you just get better and better at by devoting your life to a smaller topic. You run the risk of not being able to see the forest for the trees. I think that's always a risk. Every new symptom you have, hey doc, I'm fatigued. Well, of course you are. You have Parkinson's. Whereas a primary care doc might take a little extra time to say, there are hundreds of reasons a person could have fatigue. Let's check your thyroid. Let's make sure you're not anemic. And so, I think it's important to have a primary care provider that you trust. But if you have a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease and you have access to a neurologist and especially a movement disorder specialist, I can't stress enough the importance of trying to get on their schedule and becoming their patient, because I really do believe that's where you get the best care. Build a team. You need physical therapists and occupational therapists. I'm a naturopathic doc. My entire practice is Parkinson's disease. You need trainers. Over the years, you're going to kind of find who are the people who help you the most. And don't fall into this idea of, it's a person with the most degrees or has the most pressed white coat. I want you to shop around. This is why I'm sending you to support groups, is because you're going to find there are gems all over the place that people wouldn't expect. So get second opinions. Remember, when you walk into that doctor's office, we are working for you. We all come to the table with our own opinions, our biases, our history, our training, our experience, and we're telling you what we think. Our experience is not necessarily what you need. You know your body better than any physician will ever know your body. And we are working for you. We're going to tell you what we think. We're going to give you our opinion. We're going to give you our advice. It is up to you whether or not you take it. Do not be shy about questioning us. Asking for alternatives. Hey doc, if I decide not to do that, what are the consequences and what other options am I going to have? So don't forget before you walk into the physician's office that we are working for you. You are employing us to give you our opinion. Don't fall into this trap of putting the doctor on the pedestal and just doing what he or she says because he or she said it. Keep in mind that you are the boss. Clearly some physicians are better than others, and there's good chemistry. I mean, you have to like the person that you're working with. Hopefully this person's going to be on your team for a long time. And so I do want you to find somebody with whom you have a good fit, somebody you like, somebody you trust their opinion, you feel safe talking to them about, the things that wearing a bucket on your head and these home experiments that you're doing. You want somebody who is going to be supportive. And we are starting to track data. Hopefully in the next year or two, we are actually going to be able to tell you any different clinics get better or worse outcomes. In cancer, they do this. They'll say, hey, for people with prostate cancer, this clinic seems to be getting better results. However, for people with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, the 10-year survival rates are best over at this clinic. And so that's my dream, is that we really make this about working for you, and that the physicians get our egos out of this, and we can start to make it so that we're learning from each other. There are some clinics here in the Pacific Northwest where they have, where more than, globally, 8% of people say that their disease is reversing. The data that I've been playing with these last couple of weeks suggests that there are 3 clinics where, here in the Pacific Northwest, where 15% or more of their patients are saying, no, my disease is better today than it was 6 months ago. I believe my disease is actually improving, not getting worse. And so hopefully this new era of research and these new ways of asking these questions will open up whole new doors of treatment for all of you.